Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 13 Vanilla Sunday. I am your host, as always, Virinity Void. This here is part 13. We're in 1725. We're getting ready to head to the middle of the 1700s. And if you want to know what happened in the previous part, please, I encourage you, go back and watch the previous part. Other than that, we're going to get right to reading some national ideas. So let's see, where is the Nelter League? I want to read a little bit more about them in case they die out. So we're going to read the third, the 5th, 6th, and 7th national ideas of the Nelter League. So, for the Nelter League, weather the empire is their 5th national idea. Servants of the eye that burns, women of the mist, the malevolent ones, our erstwhile oppressor and brutal conquerors. The Takran Empire has been the source of all evils that scourged the land. Worshippers of death and despoilers of all that is good. It is perhaps the very reason our great lords sent us here, to fight these fiends off the lands of the civilized, to exist in prosperity at their flank, in stark defiance of their snarls and growls. Never again shall we let these servants of evil sully our hallowed grounds. We will stand against, we will fight them, and we will push them back for good. Fort defense plus 25%, garrison size plus 25%. The 6th national idea is integrate the foreign quarters. In the many centuries of our presence here and the spreading of the word of our holy work, many a people have desired to come and bask in our glory and share in our wealth. Traders the whole world over and immigrants of all walks of life, from mountain men to Gagans to Crownans, even to erstwhile servants of the great evil, repentant of their old vile ways. Traditionally, we have restricted these people's presence in our lands, but there has been talk among the clergy as of late that, perhaps, not sharing in the great wealth that we're blessed with might as well make it all worthless, and move the great lords to anger should they come and see these people in our lands ignored and marginalized. We shall amend this, and do our best to bring these distant folks to our community, lest we risk the ire of our own people, riled up as they may get by a clergy rendered hostile to the League. Max promoted cultures plus 2, manpower in accepted culture provinces plus 20%. And the last national idea of the Nelter League, Republic of the Able. In being most efficient to the matter of the League's inner betterment, a new system has been proposed in which ministries will be established in a wide assortment of fields, from infrastructure to trade to the military, all manned by people learned and experienced in these fields. In these ways, we will reward the good work of our people, all the while ensuring that most able of them will be put in a position to best suit their skill, or to best put their skills to use. All estates loyalty equilibrium plus 10%. The ambition of the Nelter League is possible diplomatic policies plus 1. So, a lot of reading, but with each of Craven's submissions, I struggle to pronounce some stuff, but I really do enjoy reading about them. His world building is very good. It's very in depth, and I appreciate it. So I'm gonna rattle off these wars that are currently going on. Then I'm gonna take a sip of my drink, and we will continue on. So we have the Adrian-Moroccan Imperialist War. Basically, Adria is going further into West Africa, but as I said in the previous part, this is a big war because Sapphire Paradox is there, and Sapphire Paradox can definitely take on Adria and give them a run for their money. Simru's going after Kurland and Thomond. Chu-Chen, as well as their allies of Japan and Australia, are going after Manila and Kalka, so Chu-Chen is extending their influence further over East Asia. Goguryeo and Pasai are going after Shimizu and Manila. Saintonge and Dumnonia are going after the Cherusci and Alemanni, so Saintonge is going to be stomping them out. Vaikira is struggling to reach Kado. Dai Viet is going after Ning. Walaita and their allies are going after Air and their allies, which is why at the beginning of this episode you saw Malindi taking on Maravi, I think. OQ4 is battling 9MA. It's another slot machine battle, so I will center my camera over here as I take a drink from my jug over here. I didn't get a drink before this. I should have, but I didn't. So if you'll excuse me, just give me a few seconds. I see that Alemanni is trying to make a dent into Saintonge's land, but I don't know how that's going to work. Saintonge is very, very strong compared to you, Alemanni, but I appreciate the effort. It's very good to see. Adriaterra is also pushing into Egypt. Meanwhile, Sapphire Paradox is pushing into Anatolia and slowly into the Balkans. You can see that 40 stack over by Athens. So it's getting interesting. It's getting good. Oh man, it's a very interesting tasting drink. Oh my god, big battle in the Levant, and Adriaterra forfeits that battle. Sapphire Paradox is doing mighty fine work over there. I'm zooming out just a little bit because this is actually a really good angle to see what is going on between these two major wars. Because between Adriaterra and Sapphire Paradox, whoever wins that war and maybe like pushes the other a little bit further, kind of like is dictating the dominance of the Mediterranean Sea as it is. Meanwhile, Saintonge is going to win the war, essentially, is from what I'm gathering. And Saintonge is going to further extend their grip over Central Europe. Western Europe, mainland Europe at least, the western part of mainland Europe is more or less dominated by Saintonge at this point. They have taken over Iberia, they have taken over the French region, so now they're trying to extend into Central Europe, and they are effectively doing that. Adriaterra is pushing into the Levant finally, but at the same time, Sapphire Paradox is slowly taking over Anatolia and pushing into the Balkans. Remember that Adriaterra was also Albania. Albania somehow formed this country, and so the capital was over here, but because they formed Adriaterra, they moved it to Venice. So Sapphire Paradox does have to travel a long way from Anatolia, the Balkans, get through these forts to get to Venice. But even then, Adriaterra's fleet is pretty big compared to Sapphire Paradox's fleet. Also, you saw some Russian forces over here in Alemannia, and that is no joke. Russia is allied to Saintonge, so it is something definitely to be aware of, that Russia is able to poke at Alemanni. This is an imperialist war. Alemanni's capital is over here at, what's it called? Dalach? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that is the capital. Cherusci is in this war, and their capital is still fine, but for how long, I'm not entirely sure. It's Alemanni is doing okay with holding off the enemy, but that war score slowly ticking in favor of Saintonge, slowly but surely. Sapphire Paradox driven out of the Balkans in that pivotal battle, I think, over here in Macedonia. So Sapphire Paradox is going to have to retake the Levant, that fort over there in Damascus, and reform ranks and get ready, because both sides here, red team and blue team, they are still very much even. This is I think one of the most even wars I've ever seen in these campaigns. About the same amount of forces, about the same amount of land. It's really cool to see. Granted, like in terms of naval strength, Adriaterra clearly wins that, but the Navy doesn't completely decide these wars. Cherusci is now fully coming under occupation, and so Alemannia is going to be left alone. And if you look at that army statistic, oh dear God, Alemannia is in the dirt, in the dust. Oh my goodness. Vicura, they pieced out with Big Cato, and now they're going after Powhatan. Oh, what? Oh, Powhatan has a province right here. And Powhatan is a tributary under OQ4, therefore Vicura is going to be taking more control over Central America, I would say. Crimson Paradox is further extending their control over South America by going after Yellow Paradox, the stateless society that is, you know, Yellow Paradox. The defensiveness is great. I won't discount the defensiveness, but I will discount the fact that it was a good choice. It does not seem like it was a good choice, in my opinion. Defensiveness alone does not win the day, as we are seeing from Peru. That is a mighty big fort at Abancay. I don't know how to pronounce it really, but I'm trying my best, okay? But 50% defensiveness is not holding off 36,000 Crimson troops. That's just the long and short of it. Welaita, did you gain any land? You gained some land, okay. So Welaita growing a little bit larger here in East Africa. Ooh, excuse me. Oh my God, there's more wars. So Strathclyde is being divvied up essentially because, you know, Strathclyde, they moved their capital over here. And they can no longer hold their Iberian possessions. They can no longer hold their Pontic, their Uralic possessions. So, you know, Strathclyde is in the gutter. They are tumbling down that hill into the sewers. Mossi's going after Air. Crimson Paradox, yep, as usual. Golgoriejo is going after Kalka, trying to tame the steppe. And Poland is now going after Alemannia too, seeing that Alemannia is in shambles. And then Pasai is going after Banjar. Alright. And Adriaterra, they are still going after Morocco, but it's not the war score is not looking good. It is a nationalist war. I think it's for is nationalist war, oh, the capital or of Tuat. Where's Tuat? Ah, okay, so it is very, very far out of the way for Adriaterra. Okay. But still, even though, like, if we just isolate the war to Sapphire Paradox and Adriaterra, it's pretty even. Honestly. Adriaterra has slightly fewer troops at this point, but Sapphire Paradox, they haven't shown to be able to really push in. And that is the war settled and done. Adriaterra loses land to Morocco, but does not lose land to Sapphire Paradox. So, not a huge loss, I would say, for Adriaterra. It's really just Morocco getting slightly more land. Like, it's land they had in the first place, but, you know, slightly more. But take your bets, place your bets on how this is going to look when it's carved up, because Strathclyde, Emperor Morian Altclut is facing damnation, I would say. He's about to be sent into the depths of hell, considering all of this partitioning. Alemannia struggling to put up any sort of resistance to the influx of Polish troops. And, yeah, turns out the Germanics might be regretting having pissed off the Polish people. But maybe they're not. Maybe they're just like, you know what, fuck it. We're fighting to the end. Fuck you. Try it. Siege down our capital. We dare you. Anyways, yeah. I think Strathclyde is effectively done and dusted. Golgoriejo, big name now. They have effectively put an end to any ambitions of Kalka. However, Kalka is now a tributary under Chu Chen. A very rebellious tributary, but a tributary nonetheless. Sunni Diviet down here under Emir. Oh, it's actually a regency. Okay. Still, Sunni Vietnam just sounds so weird to me. I don't know. It's something so odd, so strange. Also, Australia over here, like this is, man, Pasai is going hard, and I guess the quote-unquote coalition or the alliance chain that is against Banjar, it's doing work. Sulawesi has been taken over. Australia is making moves. And Aotearoa, did you colonize more? Yeah, they're colonizing more of Hawaii. That's fantastic to see. They're surfing the waves, they're chillaxing in Oceania. And Huron is being attacked by the colonial nation of Simru. And now Caddo is under attack by the Golden Eighth and also Simru. So from the west we have the Golden Eighth, and from the east we have the Welsh. Oh man. Good luck, Caddo. Yeah, that's a little, you know, it's kind of worrying, you know, kind of. But I mean, hey, Caddo wanted to ally with the great evil that is the Golden Eighth, and what did that get you? It gets you attacked in the end. And Simru somehow lost their war over here, and so Thomond even has more of Ireland back. Granted, Thomond hasn't felt safe enough to put their capital back in Ireland, but you know, the Gulf of Bothnia is nice, I guess, you know, sure. And Alemanni is crumbling. Courland is also going in after them, and so is Avignon. It is dark days for our Alemannic friends. Adriaterra building their forces back up. Sapphire Paradox is building back up. It's all coming to a head once again. Once those truces are down, Adriaterra and Sapphire Paradox, they could be button heads again. And I'm going to take another sip of my drink because, yeah, this is cut, set, like, we already know what's going to happen. So, sorry, Caddo, this is... I just want to see the stats real quick, though. So, in terms of discipline, Simru wins out. Morale, that goes to Simru, and tactics goes to Simru as well. So, unfortunately, Caddo just cannot catch a break. Even Golden Eighth, more discipline, more morale, and more tactics. It is just across the board. The military of Caddo is in shambles, unfortunately. You know, I wasn't really rooting against Caddo. I was hoping that they would be able to hold their own, but as like a dark horse in this race. But I mean, realistically, if you just looked at the stats, the quantity, and all that, it's like over the past couple parts, Caddo had no chance, unfortunately. I don't know. Sometimes the AI fucks up though, and those times where the AI fucks up and the underdog wins out gets mighty interesting. Unfortunately, this isn't one of those times, though. Man, that has such an interesting flavor. I'm not sure what exactly it is. Vicura ended their war and they took over lands from Powhatan and OQ4. Crimson Paradox now meets Vicura, the two juggernauts, one from Central America and one from South America, meeting finally. Peru has been chipped away at even more by Crimson Paradox, and now Purple Paradox is feeling the wrath of Crimson Paradox and their bolstered trade and production efficiency. Mossy homogenizing, or is that the correct terminology? I don't know. Taking over West Africa by annexing more land from Air. They are doing very well. South Africa is controlled by Maravi. Rebels are breaking apart Malindi, even though Malindi has a vassal that is Sakalava. Like, you better get a grip on things, Malindi. You're at -2 stability, and you have internal conflicts. Like, it's all going wrong. Also, Mahra is still here. Cool. They have a nicely developed province or island of Mahe, but they don't have anything else, unfortunately, because Sapphire Paradox was a big meanie and took all this land over here, you know? A big old mean Sapphire Paradox. I still don't like you, Sapphire. Fuck you. You killed 2 of my children. SMH. Poland taking a huge chunk of Alemannic lands, so we have a sizable Poland again, if not a long Poland. And then we have just everyone else surrounding Alemanni, just kicking them while they're down. Saintonge going after Strathclyde, of course, and it is an imperialist war. And Adriaterras facing some particularist rebels. Strathclyde in the east, at least, is really feeling the strain. They've lost so much land to their neighbors. It is brutal times indeed. And Russia is now going in on Courland, dividing up Courland with Romania, and also going after Thomond. So, consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. That is the name of the day. Vicura once again going after Caddo, after Caddo has already been beaten to hell and back. Like, sure, just beat them while they're down, if you can. I doubt Vicura can, though. Because, I mean, this is just like a false hope, false sense of security, really, by Vicura, by my child. Because, you know, what's that big golden fucking monastic federation up here, huh? What is that? Yes, the Golden Eighth is just gonna come bearing down on Vicura soon enough. That's no one is discounting that. It is just gonna be terrible times. So, And Simuru's actually still conducting their war over here, and it's going really well, surprisingly. Quebec is over here, and they have declared war on Simuru's colonial nation, so they're going headlong, or head first. And they're probably, Quebec is probably going to win that war, if I'm honest. Avignon, they took some land from Alemanni, but it's kind of hard to see what lands have been taken because there's so many like small flags moving around the map. It's a little but we'll see what happens at the end. Courland curtailed even more. Thomond left alone, surprisingly. I thought Russia would take land from them, but Russia effectively controls the Baltic now, and they have met up with Romania in full. So, the two... I thought the Draculesti dynasty was on Russia. No, not yet. Not right now, at least. And then Malindi, still in shambles, still at -2 stability. Zanskar, they're holding their own, holding ground. I bet they're kind of nervous on their western, about their western neighbors. Just, what's gonna happen? Can I gather more power by attacking Chu Chen again, whilst like Persia and them are distracted elsewhere? Who knows? Adriaterra and just Adriaterra is going after Alemanni. Separate war. Cheruski are going after Alemanni as well. Congo is going after Mosi, and then Poland is going out. Come again? Poland, what are you doing? You realize how strong Saintonge is, right? Like, Saintonge is not a pushover. They still have forces in their own land. Poland, me and you are seeing the same thing, right? Mr. King August III. Like, I get that you can probably, like, bum rush Saintonge's capital like you're doing right now. That's one thing. actually winning the war? I don't know if you can do that. Granted, like, the war, the goal is right, where is it at? I think where is it at? Ah, okay. It is actually, it's aimed at the subject of Saintonge, which is Dumnonia. So this is probably going to be locked down through and through, but I mean, Poland, this is a very ballsy move. Adriatera still going after Alemanni, trying to basically complete the, not encirclement, but complete the invasion and annexation of the Italian peninsula. That's what I wanted to say. I'm trying to figure out what year we're gonna end at. We started in 1725. I think we'll go to like 1747, 1748. Maybe if we're making good on time, 1750. Tuscany is also independent, by the way, and they are an autocracy with the Signoria as a reform. They have no allies, no nothing yet, but they have the nice province of Tanai. Yadava allied with Welaita, Ginji, and Chu Chen. That's a good alliance. That'll force Zanskar to really flex their muscles and try as hard as they can. Because even though Zanskar won that war against Chu Chen, it's not like it was a super complete awesome victory with no hiccups at all. Like, the next war, it could be much more drawn out, if you know what I mean. It could be a lot harder to really push into Chu Chen as well as like Yadava, splitting forces and all that. Strathclyde, Strathclyde is being desecrated. Do I want to say I'm really like trying to pick my words as I'm saying them. Strathclyde is being stomped on, basically, and that's no, that may be harsh, but it is the truth. Like, literally, being stomped on. And now that Saintonge is done with that, Saintonge can come back and maybe, like, take back the land, like, their homeland. Saintonge, can you stop the Poles, or are the Poles too much for you? I thought you were gonna be like the large and in charge Western European power. What happened? What happened, Saintonge? It's all gone wrong. Were you just concerned somewhere else? Were the finances just not financing? Because now, King August III, he's making a fool of you. Emperor Amari, like, what? I'm like scrambling. I feel like I'm scrambling through files. I was like, wait a minute. I thought Saintonge was supposed to be on top here. Wait a minute. What's going on? Maybe Poland was just like 4D chessing this in their mind, and just like, yeah, I can take over the provinces over here and over here. Strathclyde is Saintonge is way too fucking distracted. You know what? I got this in the bag. And I can easily support my troops. I'm in the clear. Let's go. And it's not even like there's no room for tech disparity. Like, the institution has been around for a while. Everyone is around the same tech level, or on the same tech level. There's no issue there. Well, look at the wars. Vicura launching a full invasion of Caddo, and it's going well so far. But like I said, it's kind of just a sideshow to when Golden Eighth declares war and kind of just ends up winning the day. Still, Caddo is being divvied up, and Simru's colony being divvied up as well by Quebec. Adriatera still going after Avignon for Pavia. Oh no, they finished. My bad. Adriatera finished the war against Alemanni, and now they're going after Avignon for stuff in Italy. I got it. Varinity here is he's thinking with his brain. Now, what percentage of my brain I'm thinking of or thinking with is debatable, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Does no one? Oh, okay. I was going to say, Because, like, Papua New Guinea has been completely uncolonized this whole time, but, you know, Latakia said, yeah, there's some interest over here. I want some land over there. Give me some of that tropical wood, you know? That ebony wood. So, yeah, more Southeast Asian politics. Still no one, like, truly exerting control, like a monopolizing force, but Pasai's pretty big, Banjar's pretty big, and Australia's throwing their hat into the ring. And Manila's still doing their own thing under Rani Mayag Palawan. Zanskar still biding their time with their ally of Goguryeo. And Saintonge, they lost that war. Poland actually came back and won that. Well, look at that. Look at what they got. Poland now has multiple points of access to the Baltic Sea, including the important port of Danzig, or Gdansk, because it's Polish now. They also have some stuff over here near Lubeck, which is pretty, like, that's significant. They even have, I guess this is part of the Polish mission tree, because they released Ducal Prussia, surprisingly enough. I'm not sure how long this relationship will last, but that war against Saintonge kind of proves that Saintonge may very well not be the preeminent Western European power. There's still, that question is still up for debate. Adriaterra is still very strong, that is true, but Adriaterra still would have to fight it out with Sapphire Paradox, and even then, Romania, because Romania is allied with Russia. That alliance has been around for a while, and Russia is no pushover either. Power in this campaign, in Europe at least, you know, and from Western to Eastern Europe, this campaign has been like one of the most divided campaigns I have ever seen, like, at all, because power across this entire quote-unquote continent, and don't get into that debate with me, it's just, I don't feel like having that shit, but power across the entire European continent is really, really divided, which is just, it's interesting to see. I like seeing it. There's a lot of conflict, there's a lot of drama. I just wish that we had more people, more participants, so that this could have been, like, more interesting and stuff. It gets fun. I hope you, the viewer, are having as much fun with this as I am. But no other huge wars right now. Vaikira did take some land away from Caddo, and also Simru took some land away in Florida, and Teardrop is a little bit bigger. Interesting. Sibir's going after Strathclyde, Goguryeo is going after Manila, so pretty much smaller wars. Avignon, they can't really defend their stuff, unfortunately, so they're not going to do much. Sibir, though, Sibir's looking to take some more Uralic land. Excuse me. But Russia is not biding their time, but they're just chilling. That seems like a very cursed fucking alliance. What? You're telling me Russia, I mean, granted, it's not the Rurikovich dynasty or the Romanovs, but still, Russia allied with Poland? Okay. Granted, this is also not a Poland with an elective monarchy. This is feudal nobility Poland. So there is no real room for Russian or Polish nobles that have been paid off by the Russians to influence the Sejm? Sej? The Sem? I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it in Polish, because I don't speak Polish. I just try my best. And I probably fail utterly. But yeah, it's getting good still. There's still a lot of action in this campaign. Bavaria's back? What? Oh yeah, Bavaria is back. Holy shit. I did not think we were going to get what's it called? Norse theocratic Bavaria again. Yeah, that's a little odd. But now Simru is going after Saintonge. Simru thinks that Saintonge is weak enough that they can go after him. And I really think that even though this is an imperialist war, Simru is really just eyeing up this land right here so that they can form Great Britain. But I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. Where are all the buildings here in your capital, Simru? What happened? Okay, I'm not gonna question it. I'm not gonna question it. Saintonge, wait a minute, that's a big stack. Wait a Simru landing with 97,000 troops. I was gonna say 100,000, but not quite. It's not quite. Over here in mainland France, and just going to town on Saintonge. Is Saintonge in debt? Are you in debt? No, they're not in debt. Saintonge is not in debt. They just don't have the manpower. Legitimately, there's no manpower in the tank. They are exhausted by war, and they're doing everything they can. They cannot slacken standards anymore because there's no professionalism. They've done everything they can, and it's not enough. Simru has been building up for a while. They've been doing little small wars here and there that don't really cost manpower. And you know what? Hey, Saintonge is weak. I've got a lot of resources. I'm gonna go conquer. So yeah, this is a little insane in my opinion. This is way out there, but way interesting. Sibir took all of Strathclyde's Uralic land. Holy shit. So, yeah, Sibir now borders Russia. This is not a gray blob. No, this is Sibir. And remember, they got the Republican reform. So they are not a monarchy. They are not a tribe. They are not a theocracy. No, they are a republic. Zanskar still biding their time. They're very quiet, and I'm curious as to their possible plans. Yeah, this is... Holy shit. Crimson Paradox, how has South America been for you? You sliced and you diced Purple Paradox. Good gods. Peru is under attack. Oh no, Peru is attacking Purple Paradox, and I assume Peru is going to win. But... I mean, is it really going to matter in the face of this Crimson Behemoth? I don't know. And Vicura, they're still trying. They're still holding out hope. They're still, trying to build stuff in the wake and the shadow of the Golden Eighth. I don't know how well that's going to do you. Kaguda, they are under attack by Mosi at this point, and this might be lights out for Kaguda. Or they might actually go back. They might go back to Cape Verde if they lose. Kaguda is 2 military techs ahead. I just want to see the stats right. So Mosi has more discipline. Kaguda has more morale, and tactics are the same. So Kaguda, it'll be valiant fights to the end, but there will definitely be a certain end to this war. Like they're doing all they can, but it's just not enough in the end. Kaguda, it's just not enough. I'm sorry. It is not enough. Yeah, I think we can go to like 1750. I think we'll make this a slightly longer part. I'm having fun with this. I got the energy for this tonight, and this is like seeing Poland being fucking resurgent of all the nations. Poland. And then Saintonge, of all the nations, like, fumbling over and over and over again is just... I don't know. Saintonge is attacking the Cherusci at this point, and there is no allies for the Cherusci, so Saintonge thought they could do something there, but unfortunately there are more pressing matters for Saintonge. There's more pressing matters. I don't think... Oh, actually, the Nelter League got a province back. Nicely done. Now, I don't think you're going to get any other provinces back, Nelter League, but, you know, you got some nice vacationing islands. Better than nothing. Sapphire Paradox still with a plethora of alliances. So they are chilling, they're all good. Nolgai with their allies of Persia and Sapphire Paradox. And Russia, they annexed a little bit from Thamond. And they took one extra province off of Shamrock Paradox. What's it called? A war just concluded. Czechoslovakia was... Oh, okay. They were... That's the war they were in. Romania was in it as well. I'm so eager. I'm so eager to see what happens with this peace deal from Simru towards Saintonge. Because Simru's winning. That capital is down. The ticking war score is going up. All that matters is, like, what does Simru want? What is a possible peace deal that we're gonna see? I am very, very curious. Adriaterra, almost at 250,000 troops. Sapphire Paradox around 230,000 troops. Romania at about 180,000 troops. Russia around 220,000 troops. What else do we got? Crimson Paradox is at about 230,000 troops. Vikira is about 160,000 troops. Golden Eighth is at about 350,000 troops. Big Cato is at about 73,000 troops. Poland is at about 125,000 troops. Okay. Oh, where did you come from? Where did Wasconia, Gascony come from? How are you a thing again? I thought you were done. Okay, Wasconia, Gascony is back, apparently. They're a vassal of Poland, but they are back. So, that's interesting. And there is your peace deal. My. Simru has taken land in Iberia, in mainland France. They consolidated, or they kicked out Saintonge from the British Isles, and the Nelter League was given one province back. That's a very big province, 30 development, at Carcassonne. I think that's how you pronounce it. So there's your diplomatic map mode for Saintonge, for how much they have lost. It is very, very shocking, in my opinion, as to how much they have lost. That's intense. Saintonge also has no allies. They only have a royal marriage with Russia, but a royal marriage is not an alliance, obviously. Russia's not going to come to the aid of Saintonge. So, in shambles, I think. I think Saintonge is in shambles. I think that's safe to say. Less than 50,000 troops right now. Scraping the barrel for manpower. They got no professionalism to rely upon. It is literally just a shell right now. They're desperate that no one else attacks them. And you know what? Who could attack them? And it'd just be a clean sweep? Adriaterra. If Adriaterra went after Saintonge right now, who's gonna stop? Who's gonna stop Adriaterra? Who would step in? No one. No one would step in to help out Saintonge. No single nation would do that. And here we go in the east. The fireworks kick off. We have Zanskar going after Yadava, Walaita, Chuchen, and Khalkha. Meanwhile, Zanskar's bringing in Mongolistan, Nepal, and Dundar. So, there's a big-ass war here. And yeah, I should zoom out even more, because Walaita, despite Walaita being pretty far away, they can still put in some troops and make a distraction in the west, as we saw in the previous war. So do not discount out the people of Walaita. Those troops can actually make a serious difference. Yadava is going to get occupied pretty quickly. That's just a fact. but it will give Chu-Chen time to rally their forces together. The tech disparity last time I think was like 3 military tech levels, but this time it's a little bit closer. It's only 2 techs of difference. Zanskar leads the way at tech 26, Chu-Chen tech 24, Yadava tech 25, Welaita tech 26. So technology, tech disparity is just in general less of a factor. It is more so now about quantity and troop movements across huge distances. Oh man, we'll end it off in August of this year, August of 1750. But man, lots of high-flying action on this part. And Crimson Paradox is going after Yellow Paradox and their allies. Simru is going after Big Kato again. Goguryeo against Shimazu. Kongol against Mosi. Romania, with Russia at their side, going after Persia and Nogai. I think that's a blowout for Romania. As in, Romania is gonna win pretty handily. Pasai going after Shimazu, Zanskar, that's the big one, and then the slot machines are going at it. They're rolling the dice, they're spitting at each other. Yeah, I don't think Persia and Nogai can really stop this. As valiant of an effort as they will put up, Russia and Romania, they have like over 300,000 troops combined together, so you know. It's a little much to handle, I think. A little too much. Yadava again slowly occupied, but Chu-Chen, hey, they're taking losses, but they are trying. They are stopping Zanskar before they even get past Burma, which is good compared to last time. Last time was Chu-Chen had a bad showing. I'll just say that. Chu-Chen did not do well last time. But I think we will halt it there for now. August of 1750. And actually, we got a new institution, so let's go see where it's at. Poland, do you mind being a doll and telling me where that institution of industrialization spawned at? So, Enlightenment spawned in Gwyneth, and then industrialization spawned in Alinmuli, which is over here in Nogai. Kind of odd, considering that Nogai is currently under attack. But hey, they get a nice injection of power points, and the world will soon be embracing industrialization. Anyways, let's get to that leaderboard. Oh man. In first place is the Golden Eighth. In second place is Crimson Paradox. In third place is Adriaterra. In fourth place is Saintonge. In fifth place is Simru. In sixth place is Zanskar. In seventh place is Russia. In eighth place is Poland. In ninth place is Romania. In 10th place is Chu-Chen. In 11th place is Vaikura. And in 12th place is Sapphire Paradox. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next part.